everybody, welcome back to another episode. Funny Girl Abroad. I have an amazing experience to share with you. I went ice skating and I am still here. I am sitting down, of course, so you can't see you can't see how bad this experience might have left me. But it is still, you can still see some wounds that are not here. For example, I can still smile. I can still be happy and warm. So whatever happened to me in the ice skating rink, it didn't have a permanent effect. And that is what matters the most, I think, that you're able to get over stuff in this life, like I was able to get over whatever happened in the ice rink. And of course, I live in Sweden, and this is a place where people ice skate, which is how I ended up there. Because honestly, I don't think that there would ever come a day in my life that I would wake up and say, you know what I'm gonna do today? You know what sounds fun and exciting and not anything that I need any specialized expert, experienced and skills for, but just a casual activity I can enjoy with my friends and family? Ice skating. That's the thing. For me, as a Greek person, ice skating was basically a sport, okay? A sport, an Olympic sport at that, and not even one of those sports that are a little bit casual that you do at school, not even a school sport. It's not like basketball that you can just go and play with your friends for fun, that you learn it at school. No. For me, like, ice skating was like, I don't know, synchronized swimming. Is this kind of super specialized sport that the best thing that you can do is to watch it. The tricky thing with ice skating particularly is that it also kind of looks easy. If you don't know better, it looks really easy. You see, especially if you're in Sweden and you see people of all different ages, kids, old people, just like rolling with their skates, it looks really, doesn't even look like they're trying. And also, it's just, how should I describe it? You see the person with the ice skates and they're just like, it doesn't even look like they're moving. It doesn't look like they're doing anything. It looks like they're just vibing. They're just vibing with the ice and like moving ahead. So really, what is there to worry about? It looks like you won't have to do anything. It really looks like you're just gonna put on your ice skates and the ice is gonna talk to you. And the ice is gonna talk to you and it's gonna show you the way. This is the feeling that you get from seeing people just effortlessly rolling around. And maybe you don't know any better. But the thing for me is that I knew better. Okay, I knew better than to believe that ice skating is this effortless, fun activity. I knew better because this was actually not my first time that I have been on the ice skating rink. This has happened in the past. It was very long ago, but not that long, enough close to remember though. And I'd rather to not remember it, of course, but it's impossible to forget. Not so much because of how traumatic the experience was, but mostly because of the recordings. Yeah, because there were recordings. There were extensive video recordings of my friend. My friend recorded me trying to skate, and I mean, I don't even want to sound like I'm complaining. Not only I'm not blaming her, I am eternally grateful because I myself watched the video of me on the ice and it's the funniest thing I have seen in my life. I remember like rewatching it and every single time I would like it would just knock me and every single time it got me. It's crazy every single time. And I was sad I would watch it and laugh and like feel better. It's crazy. I haven't seen anything like it. Maybe there is one video. There's another video of me acting stupid, but has actually reached this level of brilliance. And it's a video of me trying to like knead dough to make what's this called? Cinnamon buns. It's actually somewhere on my channel. You should really find it. It's another one, but never fails to get me. Anyhow, so there is this hilarious video where I am falling. Basically, I'm falling. It's not just that I fall. It's not even the way that I fall. It's the duration. It's the tenacity and the perseverance with which I'm trying to fight the inevitable. During this video, you can see me putting one leg in front of the other, like super fast, then like almost falling on one leg, then rising again from the other leg, and then falling all the way down, and then it's insane what happens. I fall for like probably 15 seconds continuously. And I'm not saying the whole video duration. I'm saying the duration from the moment that I lose my balance until the moment that my butt actually touches the ice. We're looking at about 15 seconds duration of me just resisting. And it's perfection. Unfortunately, of course, I've changed a million phones since that time. Some of them have been lost forever, and so I do not have the video anymore. But honestly, I would give anything to get it back. Bottom line, I knew better. I've been through this again. It's not my first rodeo. There's been another time, but I optimistically, just like always, walked in the mouth of the beast to have a nice time and ended up with bruises. This is not the first time this is happening, I know it. But yet, somehow I managed to persuade myself that I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be my new favorite hobby, the ice skating. Let me tell you, let's go and check it out. We go to this ice skating rink that people have set up for during the holidays in Stockholm. And I mean, it looks like a lovely place. You can rent your ice skates there. They have a nice big Christmas tree and a very cool big snowman. I don't know if this is from the municipality though. Anyways, so they have a lot of lovely decoration and music and it's a very nice environment. And I get my ice skates, and the experience of putting on ice skates is actually quite crazy. It's a very unique experience. This never happens again in my life. It never happened again in my life. You sit down, you take your shoes off, then you put a pair of shoes that are much sturdier than your existing shoes. Okay, super extra sturdy, thick, big, proper, like extra much coverage around the ankle. You have like very strong strings. You pull the strings, pop. It's almost like putting on one of those things that you get when you break your leg. Like it's that sturdy, right? So you put on your leg the sturdiest shoe that you've ever put on in your life. Then you tie it very securely, then you get up, then you fall down. Just right away, immediately. Because you just can't stand. Because what is essentially happening is you are balancing on a butter knife. You're like, you know what, maybe I didn't distribute my weight properly. Let's give this another shot. I can, I'll just try to stay in the middle. You get up again, down again. Which in a way is relaxing because it's not my fault, right? Yeah, I did it correctly the first time. There was nothing here that I could have done differently. And this is where people start giving you advice. My partner told me, you should stand with like your heels together or like your heels apart, like form some type of V, okay, some type of V. And then it just hit me when I heard this, because it never came to me before. It's the first time. That is why people who ski, they look in like photos or videos and stuff like they're peeing themselves. They're not actually peeing themselves. Do you know that? It's just the position that like helps you stop the force. You're saying to the snow, to the ice, no, actually not, this is an X, you're doing a V. You're like, no, no ice, I'm gonna stop right now, okay? I'm in charge of my body. So I tried this with my ice skates and it actually worked for a little bit, for a few seconds. Then I had to move, of course. But a few seconds is what you want, really. It's enough to give you some confidence. And I said, you know what? It's probably because this isn't the good ice. This isn't the proper ice, the nice ice. This ice here is slippery. The ice is slippery around here, but if I go inside the ice skating rink, that's where the proper ice is. I can probably stand on that thing. I get inside the ice rink, and to nobody's surprise, of course, it's a million times more slippery than the outside. I'm like, what was I thinking exactly? And everybody's skating, everybody's having fun. And I have to admit something. It's a bit hard to admit, but it's the truth. Every time, I generally love being around people that are having fun. I really like it. I love it when I'm in the movie theater and everybody's laughing, or when I'm like in a restaurant, in a bar, and everybody is talking loud and seems to be having a nice time, or if I see a group of kids just like playing and shouting. I just love being around people that are having a nice time. But this time, I think this was the one exception. But when you step into the ice skating ring, you are scared, you're vulnerable, and the best you can hope for is to make it out of it alive. So basically, the people that are not having a lot of fun, but are just, ice skating, calm, maybe a little grumpy, just grumpily ice skating on Christmas, Scandinavian reserved demeanor. It's cool, they're handling themselves. You like that. I like that. But the people that are having fun, those are the real killers. Those are the people that I am immediately afraid of. Because how are you? You're having fun, you're laughing, you're ice skating, you're going a little faster, you might take one wrong turn, who knows? I might find you ahead of me suddenly, and then that's it, You're gonna brush it off, and I'm gonna never walk again. I hate to say this, but like if we can somehow see that like nobody has fun ice skating and people are just like kind of internally satisfied, but nobody really having fun, like with sounds and like physically expressing that would be fantastic for me. I think it's a lot more sensible when we're dealing with such a dangerous activity. Of course, I can't make it inside, like towards the center of the ice skating area. It's completely impossible. I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna have to be at the trenches, at the edges, by the, well, you know what I'm talking about, of course, by the edge. Of course, this time I'm more prepared for the experience. I'm not 16 years old anymore. I'm not like just hoping to go inside the ring and fight gravity, take gravity head on. No, I'm like, you know, I'm sensible and reasonable, and I know I'm gonna, you know, gracefully float with reserve and attention. This is my plan, okay, to gracefully float. Are we getting this? Are we writing this down? So I'm at the sides again, my old friend, the edge. I'm holding the edge. I'm on team edge, okay, because it's not just me. It's not just me. The edge is where, you know, all the people who can't ice skate go. It's a group. It's a club. You're on the edge club. Okay, and I'm not the kind of person that when I am like not in the winners club or in the cool club or whatever the club is, I despise it, or I become like bitter, or I cringe and I feel like, oh, I can't believe I'm on the edge club again, you know. Oh, damn the edge club. No, I don't mind that. I'm happy to be in the Edge Club. I am proud. Actually, you know, I love this club now because it's my club. The Edge Club is the best club, okay? It's the group of us that somebody told us this was fun and we believed them. Somebody got us there, and we could just have seen the reality turned and left. But we're fighting it, you know? We're fighting it. We're trying to have fun even when it's impossible. It's obvious that we will not. So I'm very happy to be in the Edge Club, and I'm not just on the Edge Club, I'm like the president. I am so useless, so profoundly useless that I cannot describe you. The only thing I can do is like grab as heavily, like have the tightest grip possible on the edge on one side. Then I'm holding my partner on the other side, and he tries to grab my hand. I'm like, no, what are you? What? Are you serious? You're gonna take my hand, my arm, my armpit. I want the whole arm. The whole arm has to be like, so he's taking me up from the armpit like this, like I just broke my leg, which is probably a rehearsal because I'm just about to, so it seems like a nice thing to, you know, get a hang on already. So he's holding me up from the armpit and the hand. I'm holding the edge of the ring, and I still can't stand. I still can't stand. This is not enough. Every second step I take, I end up falling again somehow. It's insane. It looks like I'm a 97-year-old woman that just had her 6th stroke and has to learn how to use everything from like the chest down again, as if it's the first time. I'm just trying to get a hold of walking, and it's not as easy as it looks. And you know, I'm getting frustrated, of course, but I don't want to show it because I'm so grateful to my grandkids for helping me, for being there for me. So you know, I just get the face of like, damn it. I mean, I used to be able to do this so well, and you know, and my partner's like, oh, don't worry, grandma, we're gonna get you there. I kind of remember some more people that were in the Edge Club. I don't remember everybody, but I remember some people. I remember there was this little boy, probably maybe even preschool age actually, or just like 1st or 2nd grade, and And this little boy was devastated. He was, of course, also at the edge. We're talking edge club now. His foot kept his boot kept falling off or something. And he seemed afraid. He seemed like actually really afraid of going to the middle. And he was crying. He was crying because he didn't want to skate. His dad probably brought him skating and he didn't want to skate. And his dad was trying to motivate him, to go to the middle and skate. And the boy was crying and he didn't want to go. Or maybe it was his uncle, but he seemed a little bit, familiar. He was like, how do you say, scolding him in a, this is usually dad territory. And I've never felt more for a kid in my life, I don't think. I mean, I was looking at him and I was feeling like, this thing that you feel right now, they're gonna try to tell you that it's on you, but it's not. It's on them. You hold into that feeling, boy. I didn't say anything, okay? I didn't say anything, but I looked at him and I think he got the message. And then there was a couple also. There was this lovely couple. They looked so nice and cute. They were probably on a date or something. And they were also by the edge, both of them. Now, statistically, I think one of them was the one that needed the edge, but the other one came along. I find it hard to believe that they were both unable to skate, but somehow chose it for a date. But they seemed to be having a nice time. And it wasn't like, they weren't like me and my guy, but it was, extremely obvious who's the problem here. They were just hanging out by the edge, It was cool, like they were cool. It was almost like they were at the bar, They were just hanging out by the bar. So you can go further inside, get a table, you can go dance, you can also just hang out by the bar. So they had this very cool energy, like, yeah, we're just hanging out by the edge. Maybe we could skate if we wanted to, maybe, but we don't have to. We like it here, I tried to be polite with the rest of the edge club, be really nice to them, and I was always the one that left the edge when I met a fellow edge club member. I would leave the edge and go around, take the courageous decision to skate in the middle until I can grab the edge again. Otherwise it can be really awkward. It's like when you meet somebody going up the stairs and like, who's supposed to take the side? Who's supposed to take the side of you? Depends on the stair, depends on the geography, depends on a lot of things. But in this case, I decided that I was gonna be the one to go around out of respect and also to show some leadership. I think in total it probably lasted like 10 minutes, and then maybe I had a break for a couple of minutes and then went in for another 10 minutes. So maybe I did actually last for like a 15 to 20 minutes in total, which I'm extremely proud for. And it didn't feel so much as like something that I do for fun. It felt more like something quite dangerous and uncomfortable. Other than that, I liked it because I am happy that it was over. A lot of people feel like this about exercise. Do you like it? No. But you do it. Yeah, because I'm happy when it's over. So, that was the feeling that I got from it. When I was done, when I left the ring, I was like, hey, look at me, walking on two legs, how cool. So, and then when you get the chance to stand on your actual shoes again, there is no better feeling in the world. I was also a bit impressed with my partner that out of nowhere he could ice skate. I mean, not out of nowhere, of course. He's Swedish, he lives here, he grew up here. I suppose this is a common family activity that people do. But still, I can't, like, how do you begin? How do you, Is it like swimming, that if you started very young, you don't remember, like it just becomes this mechanical thing that you just do and you don't know how you do it? I have no idea, but I tried to ask. I asked him, I was like, how did you actually learn how to skate? Like, did you learn it in school or something? He was like, no, I didn't learn it in school. We just learned it at the lake. At the lake? Super cool. Everybody has their own ice skates, and they go to the lake. You must have seen it somewhere, you must have seen it in some movie or something. And you know what? He was right. I had seen this in a movie, but it was one movie. And you wanna guess what happens in this movie? Anybody? Any guesses about what this movie is about? Exactly, it's about the kid that died falling inside of the lake ice skating. That's what the movie is about. It happens in the first 10 minutes and the rest of the movie deals with grief. So I told him that's the truth. Yes, I have seen it in a movie. And you know what he said? He said, oh, that's his fault, because he didn't get his is-do-bar with him. Am I saying this correctly? Is it is-do-bar? I hope it is. Or maybe it's is-do-bar. I think it's is-do-bar. So like, what is is-do-bar? Is-do-bar apparently is this, it's a special little apparatus that you have with you if you want to go ice skating on the lake. I haven't really checked it out myself yet, although I'm curious, but I'll tell you only what I was told. Okay, this is all the information that I have about this life-saving piece of equipment that the Swedish kids all have as they are left alone to fetch for themselves in the ice lakes of the country. So he described it as a necklace, essentially. So it's cute as well. You have your nice necklace, you wear it, and then if you fall inside of the ice in the lake, then you go for your necklace and just like James Bond, you pull the thing out and then it becomes a comfortable handle. That's how it was described to me. It's a comfortable handle, which I really appreciate because, I mean, if you are freezing and like getting drowned inside of an ice lake, inside of the ice, the last thing you would want is an uncomfortable handle, like something that you can't quite get a grip on. Okay, so I think this is a big plus. You have a comfortable handle with a nail, a very big nail, and you get the chance to like just stab the ice, and then you can like crawl yourself out of the hole, like a creature coming out of the deep sea, which sounds insane. I mean, I cannot imagine. I cannot even for a moment picture a Greek child leaving the house to go ice skating in a lake, and he opens the door and shouts, I'm going ice skating in the lake, Mom, I'll be here by dinner. And Mom shouts, what if you fall? What if you fall inside the lake? And the kid answers, don't worry, Mom, I have my is-do-bar. And Mom is like, okay then, sorry, my bad. I know you will be able to survive it. See you at dinner. That was my experience. Let me know if you like ice skating, if you've had a similar experience. Let me know if you're a member of the Edge Club as well. Please, I would love to meet more members of the Ice Skate Ring Edge Club. I think we should make like a I think we should make a Discord or something and plan going ice skating, all of us together, and then we can just cover all of the edges around of an ice skating ring. I would love to organize this. So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.